Hey guys, welcome back to the Ghosty Girls podcast.
Wait, didn't we just do this?
Well, we did part 1, but now we're doing part 2 of our summer girl, Aileen Wuornos, Queen of Florida. I'm just...
I wouldn't want that title. Queen of them there gators.
She's queen of something. She's queen of crazy, maybe?
Queen of the
I don't know.
Cigarette pigs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Too soon. Hi, welcome back again. I'm Alicia.
I'm Christina. If you haven't guessed, today we're going to be doing part 2 of Aileen Wuornos. I hope you guys liked part 1. Part 2 is going to be better because we got some good clips. You guys are going to lose your shit. Okay?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Hearing Aileen Wuornos talk is just chef's kiss. It's magical. All right. It's you're going to see how crazy she is.
I'm here for it. Let's do this.
So last week we left off at the murder of 40-year-old Charles Carskadon. And it's at this point that Aileen reached her frenzy era. She was in her frenzy era. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out to be a bloody summer for the state of Florida.
Oh.
On June 7, 1990, Aileen claims the life of her fourth victim, a 65-year-old missionary and Bible salesman, Peter Seams.
Stop.
Yeah. The ironic part of this is that there were literal stacks of Bibles in his car when he picked up the woman who would ultimately brutally murder him. Now again, according to Aileen, Peter Seams tried to rape her and she killed him in self-defense. I'm starting to sound like a broken record here. Me personally, I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't believe this was the case, especially with him.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. One thing about Aileen is that she used to kind of play this damsel in distress type game where she would tell men that she was hitchhiking to get back to her kids or trying to get some money to see her kids. I think this is probably what happened. And he was a nice guy, you know, like he was a religious guy. He probably saw this female on the side of the road. She probably gave him a sob story. That's probably what happened.
He was a missionary and he sold Bibles. Not
Correct,
to say
yeah.
all of them are innocent because there's some fucked up people in churches.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. But I don't know. Like my spidey sense is saying that
she's crazy.
Yeah. At the very least, this one was not self-defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I'm just some bitch.
No bitch.
But that's just my thoughts. Anywho,
Fair.
Yeah, I think he more than likely saw a woman down on her luck. She was disheveled. And if you don't know what Aileen Wuornos looks like by now, take a moment to Google her. Disheveled looking is putting it as delicately as I can.
Yeah, I know the movie you said in episode 1 was like not even, they made her more of a victim.
Yes, correct.
But they did a great job making Charlize Theron look unpresentable, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because she's stunning.
She is. And she looks a lot like Aileen Wuornos. And she actually really dove into that role. She stayed in the area. She frequented the bars that Aileen did. Ultimately, I'm jumping ahead here, but...
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It goes in with what we're talking about, or it ties in with what we're talking about. Aileen Wuornos is ultimately arrested at her favorite bar, which is called The Last Resort. And to this day, at The Last Resort, there's pictures of Charlize Theron there with people dressed as Aileen.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's cool.
She really immersed herself in that role. You know, I have my thoughts about the movie, but as far as her performance goes and the material that she was given, she did a great job.
I agree.
Just leave it at that. She deserved her Oscar, okay? Even though the storyline was fucking shit.
Well, she didn't write it.
Correct. Yeah, it's not her fault. But yeah, I think Peter Seams, he thought he was doing a good thing in giving this woman who looked homeless a ride. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that was the end of Peter Seams. Of all of Aileen's murder victims, Peter Seams was the only body that was never recovered. So he's still out there somewhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Again, MO was exactly the same. Kill them, rob them, steal their car.
What's she going to take, Bibles?
Who even knows? This one was a little different, though, because she actually took a liking to that car and she kept it, which is both brazen and dumb as fuck.
Weird.
Yeah. So Aileen kept the car, and her and Ty were just out joyriding around, drinking and driving, just girly things. They went out.
Summertime things.
They went out drinking and driving for the 4th of July because America. And Ty was so drunk that she misjudged a curve and smashed the Sunbird right into a gate in front of someone else's house. Both Aileen and Ty were injured, and the car was smoking. Like, the car was fucked.
Yeah.
So they both get out of the car. Aileen starts screaming at Ty for being a dumbass and crashing the car. And then Aileen tells her that they need to get the fuck out of there because the car that Ty just crashed belonged to a dead man that Aileen had killed.
She knew.
Yeah. She knows. She knows. Before Ty could even properly react to that confession, the homeowners come out to see if the two need assistance, because apparently they were like sitting out on their porch enjoying the 4th of fucking July. Like a normal fucking American,
Here comes a Firebird around the corner.
And it's like, they see it like fucking fly through the air. But it gets better.
I can't.
They said that as they approach the crash, they see two women screaming at each other and beer cans flying through the air.
Not cue balls.
It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
It's a little funny.
They offer to help the two and tell them that they'll call the police for them. Aileen freaks out, begs them not to, and the two get back into the car, and they're able to drive it a couple of minutes down the road before the car basically just falls the fuck apart. Like, I'm talking wheels fall off of it, everything.
You said it was literally smoking.
Yeah.
Good God. I can't.
So they abandoned the car on foot, but not before pulling out the cooler because they still had some beers left in it.
So these two are walking down the road carrying a cooler of beer.
And they're both bleeding because they've been injured.
This sounds like a movie.
It's like just 4th of July things, And if that's not the most like, here's your sign you might be a redneck, they call me tater salad example of straight up white trashedness, I don't know what is. Okay.
Are you calling me white trash? You don't do that on a Saturday?
I reserve that for the day of the Lord. That's a Sunday event.
Oh yeah, I work on Sundays. That's fair.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
You got to insert some humor while you can.
Well,
I just picture myself seeing that.
You just go, what the?
Things that make you go,
So I like, it's hard for me to express words, but all I'm going to say is, if you don't live in America, that's just normal around here.
It's just a normal day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
You see two chicks walking down the street, blood streaming from their arms and shit because they've just been in a car accident. They're walking away from a Sunbird. The tires done fell the fuck off of it. It's smoking. Probably on fire. They're walking with a beer cooler. Probably got beers in their hands, chugging them. It's just
throwing them at each other.
It's just another American day that ends in Y. Okay.
Okay, obviously we're kidding. Yeah. It's not normal. But
are we though?
Depends on what state.
Right. This is Florida.
Oh.
The homeowners ended up calling the police anyway, thank God. And another neighbor who had seen a little bit more than the other people had told the police that he thought it was pretty sus that one of the women ripped off the license plate with her bare hands. That was Aileen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then chucked it into the woods.
That's not an easy
feat.
That's
That's some brute fucking force. Aileen's scary, though. She's scary. Yeah. If you haven't watched videos of her, like, I'm going to play clips in this episode, but you guys need to watch videos of her. When her eyes change and she starts getting all cray, you see them literally change. You see her whole demeanor change. It's kind of like with Ted Bundy, how his demeanor, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the case, but there is a clip of him in court where he absolutely loses his shit. He's very composed. And then all of a sudden you see what his victim saw.
Wow.
It's fucking horrifying. They actually like change. Their face changes. Their eyes change. It's really scary. Aileen is a scary fucking woman. She is. Watch videos. It'll give you the chills. She's fucking scary. She's not Charlize Theron in a fucking prosthetic nose and all that. She's scary.
That's fair.
So this guy also said that the two ducked into the bushes anytime a car passed so that they wouldn't be spotted. So this is all kinds of fucked.
Yeah, not shady at all.
Yeah. He was also able to provide a very detailed description of the two. A 40-year-old tall blonde woman and an overweight white male, approximately 300 pounds. Poor Ty. Just
Poor
kidding.
Ty.
Spot on. Uncanny. Okay. So the cop goes over to the Sunbird that looks like it should be in a fucking junkyard at this point. He runs the VIN number and he finds that it's registered to a local missing person, Peter Seams. A sketch artist came out and drew 2 composite sketches of Aileen and Ty, and the sketches were then circulated to several police agencies. So now Aileen and Ty, even though they didn't know their identity, like their names, they're on the police's radar because they just crashed a missing person's car. Sus. Okay. July 30th, 1990, 26 days after the 4th of July crash, 50-year-old Troy Burris, a sausage salesman living in Ocala, Florida, crossed paths with Aileen Wuornos and would become her 5th victim. His body was discovered on August 4th, 1990, with 2 gunshot wounds, one in the torso and one in the back. Next, we have Charles Dick Humphreys, a retired police chief whom Aileen murdered on September 11, 1990. And Aileen came home with a bunch of his belongings and also some identification and paperwork of his that she had found in the car, which Ty saw. So this is now the 3rd murder that Ty knows about. She still says nothing. Now, it's a little unclear when Aileen took the life of her 7th and final victim, which was 61-year-old reserve police officer Walter Gino Antonio. But his body was found on November 19, 1990, shot 4 times. Same MO, robbed, stole his car, same jazz.
Same jazz.
So it's around this time that Ty has decided that she's had enough of Aileen's shit. Not so much the murdering, but the fighting and the drinking and Aileen's jealousy and anger issues. That's apparently where she drew the line. Not the murder, just the other stuff.
You know.
So in November of 1990, Ty contacted her stepmother and asked her for money so that she could take a bus home to Pennsylvania to get away from Aileen. Meanwhile, investigators were going bonkers with all of these murders. 7 men shot dead within a 12-month span along the Florida highways, 2 of them being retired police officers. That's a lot.
That's, yes.
Definitely cause for alarm. It was big, and they needed to catch whoever was doing this because they were clearly in their frenzy stage because, I mean, at this point, they were just finding bodies like every couple weeks.
Yeah.
And this person, they knew, would keep committing the murders until they were either caught or dead.
Yep.
Like, they're not just going to stop.
No.
I mean, even BTK, like, he took like a decade-long hiatus, but he still started back up.
Yep.
You know? And the police force was working around the clock to get this solved. And with that, the composite sketches were leaked to the public. And Ty freaks the fuck out because now it's her ass on the line. So she officially straight up deserts Aileen. She leaves. She goes home to Pennsylvania. So now Aileen is all on her own, no friends, no family, nothing. With the composite sketch being widely circulated, tips started rolling in identifying both Tyria Moore and Aileen Wuornos, or her many aliases. These were her aliases.
Oh no.
Lori Christine Grody.
Okay.
Cammie Marsh Green. Sandra Kretsch. And my favorite, Susan Lynn Blachowicz.
Blachowicz.
Ultimately, Aileen was caught red-handed, literally, from fingerprints that were pulled from Peter Seams' car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what they were able to do is they were able to match these prints up to the pawned items belonging to Richard Mallory, because in Florida, you have to provide a fingerprint on a pawn shop card.
You do?
Yep.
Oh.
Probably for this very reason.
I get it.
Yeah.
Florida.
So, yep, the fingerprints matched up and directly linked Aileen to 2 dead men. Now, I don't think that they directly linked to Aileen per se. I think it was one of her aliases. I think it was Lori Grody, but still, this person was linked. Exactly. Yeah. So now they just needed to find this woman. And on Tuesday, January 8th, 1991, at 9:19 p.m., Aileen Wuornos was located and placed under surveillance. So what law enforcement decided to do was send in 2 undercover cops under the names Bucket and Drums.
Stop.
You can't make this shit up if you tried. Bucket and Drums. So they send in Bucket and Drums to go befriend Aileen Wuornos. Okay. So they're like going to all the bars that she goes to, and she ends up at the Last Resort Biker Bar, and they take her into custody for an outstanding warrant under the alias Lori Grody. And I just want to take a moment to talk about the Last Resort Biker Bar because this place is wild.
It sounds fun.
It looks fun. So on the documentary, Aileen, Life and Death of a Serial Killer, which is really good. Okay. So many clips of Aileen herself talking, doing interviews. You see what she's really like. Okay. Very jarring. So the yeah. She's very demure, very classy. So the documentarian, Nick Broomfield, he actually goes to the Last Resort and he films there. It is like the most redneck biker bar you will ever see in your life. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or to make fun of anyone, because the bar owner straight up acknowledges that it's a redneck bar.
Yeah.
That's
their thing.
That's their thing. Exactly. They even have a motorcycle hanging from a tree that you can swing on.
Stop.
I swear to God.
So we're going there.
I want to do an Aileen Wuornos road trip. I'm going to get into that in a second.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Damn.
Give me a second, because I have a plan for an Aileen Wuornos road trip, okay?
Who's coming with us?
Yeah, we're going to do this. So, there's a guy that does shows there under the name The Human Bomb. And he was actually friends with Aileen because he frequented this bar a lot. She frequented the bar a lot. You know, they became friends, whatever. And what the Human Bomb does is he like lays on a thing of boards over top of explosives, and he just lays there as the explosives are lit.
What?
It's called the Human Bomb. He like just takes bombs to his stomach. And it's so funny because right after he does this on camera, Nick Broomfield goes up to him and he's like, "Did you know Aileen well?" He's British, by the way.
Oh.
And the Human Bomb dude is like, "I can't talk right now. I gotta walk this off." And it's so fucking hysterical. So random. Please watch this documentary, you guys. You all will love it. It's amazing.
Do they pay him for this?
Nick Broomfield?
No.
Or the Human Bomb?
The Human Bomb.
I believe so. He does shows there. And people like go and see him.
Okay.
Like he's like a fucking magician ventriloquist. Only it's bombs. I don't know. And in another YouTube documentary from a man, Dan Bell, and if you don't know who Dan Bell is, he is a guy from Baltimore who does fantastic documentaries and videos of, he does the Dead Mall series. So he goes to malls that are like dying. He actually just went to the Concord Mall in Wilmington not too long ago. Yes. He goes to some cool fucking places. He goes to abandoned places, spooky places. He did a series on dirty hotel rooms. It's called Another Dirty Room.
Ew.
Oh yeah, he exposes all the nastiness. It's amazing. Like, I highly recommend his channel.
What did he do at the Concord Mall? I'm gonna have to watch that one.
He just takes his camera in and he goes to dead malls and he films them, and like he'll film like stores that aren't like in operation anymore, and he just kind of shows like what the malls were in their heyday and like now what they look like, because so many malls are dying out now.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Listen,
but,
if they got a Cinnabon, they're still there.
They're still golden. But yeah, definitely subscribe to his channel because he has some cool fucking videos. He's from Baltimore, so he does a lot of local stuff. He goes into Delaware sometimes. He like streams live every Saturday. So sometimes like me and Daddy T will like watch his live stream, and he chats with people back. He told Daddy T happy birthday. Yeah.
Oh,
I love Dan Bell. He's awesome.
That's cool.
But anyway, he was traveling and his car broke down in Florida, right where Aileen Wuornos operated during the murders. So he actually visited the Richard Mallory death site. He stays in the same hotel room that Aileen and Ty lived in.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually like had some of the original like pieces of furniture from when they lived there.
That's cool.
So cool, yeah. He does a seance with a drag queen.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, you guys have to watch it. You'll love Dan Bell. And he also goes to visit the Last Resort Biker Bar. And apparently it's one of those bars where people leave their bras there.
Bras are so expensive. I will not be doing that.
The cool thing is that the owner actually brought out a bra that Aileen Wuornos left there.
Really?
Yes, and showed it to Dan Bell.
That's
so you can
cool.
see it. It's like all nasty and yellow, and it's held together with like safety pins and shit. But
Well, yeah, at this point, that's...
yeah, I know. But anyway, I
man.
digress. I just wanted to give you guys a picture of the place that Aileen Wuornos was apprehended at. And they actually have a little shrine to her with a hand-painted mural because that's the last place she slept before she was arrested. They
In the bar?
They let her sleep like on the back deck.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, big digression there. Sorry about that.
not at all. That was great.
Aileen is arrested at the Last Resort Biker Bar, and the police start trying to work their magic on Ty to elicit a confession out of Aileen because they don't have all that much. Yes, they have the fingerprints matching up, but there's ways that you can explain that away. You know, it's just they want that confession, right? So because they know that Aileen has a soft spot for Ty, they know that to get Aileen, they're going to need to get to Ty first. So Ty actually makes a series of prison calls to Aileen. And of course, these conversations are all recorded by law enforcement who were in the room with Ty at the time. And Ty is able to work her magic on Aileen. And now I'm going to play a clip of one of the phone calls between Ty and Aileen.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Oh.
Part of me, I know it seems like I shat a lot on Aileen, and I have, but part of me feels sad for her because she was so fucking failed by everybody.
Yeah.
And Ty was like the only person that she loved and trusted, and Ty was the one who like fucking ratted her out, basically. And yes, and it's good that she did, but I don't know. Listen to this clip. I feel like you can't help but feel just a little sad for her. I don't know.
I've
don't
been
know.
feeling sad for her the whole time, honestly. Like, one person.
I know.
One person could
I
have helped.
know. Okay, so here we go.
Hello? Hi? Yes. Yes. Hi. Hey.
Hey, I had to call you early because I didn't know if you were going to listen today or what.
I don't... What the hell is going on, Lee? They've called... They've been up to my parents again. They've got my sister now asking her questions. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Huh. What are they asking your sister questions for?
I don't know. Lee, they're coming after me. I know they are.
No, they're not. No, listen.
They've got to. Why are they asking so many questions then?
Honey, listen. Do what you gotta do, okay?
I'm gonna have to because I'm like gonna go to jail for something that you did. This isn't fair. My family is a nervous wreck up there. My mom has been calling me all the time. She doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Okay. Do what you gotta do, okay? Alrighty.
What?
I'm not gonna let you go to jail.
You evidently don't love me anymore. You don't trust me or anything. I mean, you're gonna let me get in trouble for something that I didn't do.
I said I'm not. Listen, quit crying and listen.
I can't help it. I'm scared shitless.
I know. I love you a lot.
I don't know whether I should keep on living or if I should...
No, Ty, listen.
Even if they don't believe me.
Tyra, listen.
What?
I'm not going to let you go to jail or anything. Listen, if I have to confess, I will.
Okay.
Hear me?
Yes. Why the hell did you do this? Why did you do this?
I don't know. Listen, Ty.
What?
I'll probably never be able to see you. You know that?
Yes.
I love you. If I have to confess everything just to keep you from
And the video is of her crying.
Okay.
Don't worry, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
No. I'm gonna do it now. Get it over with.
Right this very moment?
Yeah, get it over with.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
You can call me back later.
All right.
All right. Okay, bye.
Yeah. So
Aw.
if it wasn't very clear, you hear Ty manipulating her, because that's, essentially what the police wanted her to do. And she says, I don't know if I can keep going on living and blah, 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 which,
Yeah, that's messed up.
yeah. And then, Aileen says, if I have to confess, I will. That was caught. They used that in court, obviously. So after that, just 7 days after her arrest, on January 16th, 1991, to protect the love of her life, Aileen officially confesses to the murder of Richard Mallory, but she does tell police that it was in self-defense. In January 1992, Eileen's first trial for the death of Richard Mallory commenced, and she was ultimately found guilty of first-degree murder and was unanimously sentenced to death on January 31st, 1992.
Wow.
Aileen went on to receive a total of 6 death sentences. And I just want to highlight the fact that Ted Bundy, he was given life in prison.
Wow.
That was never offered to Aileen.
They were just like, you're done.
You're done. Yep.
Wow.
Now, there's a lot of debate about both Eileen's mental capacity to even stand trial, but also about the legal advice that she received. Aileen was famously represented by a man named Stephen Glazier, aka Dr. Legal. And I'm not making this up. He
Dr.
called
Legal.
himself Dr. Legal. He even had those those stupid commercials
Yes.
of the dumbass, like, if you've been injured in a car accident, call me. Or if, like,
I'm your injury lawyer.
oh God, vomit. Vomit, vomit,
Oh,
vomit.
you don't like those lawyers?
Fuck no, I don't. Ambulance chasers. But anywho, he had these commercials that would be like, call Dr. Legal. And if you've ever seen have you ever seen Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule? I'm sure you've probably seen like memes.
Probably.
It's John C. Reilly. And he's got like the big curly afro and he's got the glasses and he plays this really dumbass doctor. I know you've seen me. It's on Adult Swim. I know.
Oh, I
you've
love
seen,
him.
yes.
Yes.
Dr. Steve Brule.
Yes. Yes.
Picture Dr. Steve Brule, but in attorney form, and you have
no.
Dr. Legal. Okay. So Dr. Legal, just to describe him, he was a pot smoking hippie. He lived in a teepee at one point. Okay.
Okay.
He didn't even have a fax machine, let alone a law office, and he was representing someone for fucking capital murder.
How did she find him? Just the commercial?
Oh.
Do we know?
Well,
we're okay.
This is crazy. Okay.
Yes.
So Dr. Legal was actually retained by a woman named Arlene Prale, who was a born-again Christian who saw Eileen's picture on a tabloid cover and was told by God that she needed to adopt Aileen. So during the Richard Mallory trial, she actually did legally adopt Aileen Wuornos.
Stop.
Swear to God. Many people question Arlene's intentions, rightfully so,
Well, yeah.
because Arlene did not only receive massive media attention for this, but she also received money, like for interviews and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of money, several police officers actually resigned from the force because they allegedly received money to tell the story of the first female serial killer, which isn't even accurate.
Yeah.
She's not. That's a big thing in this case. Oh, the first female serial killer. She's not. Okay. But I digress. So lots of people were making a lot of money off Aileen and her story. And Arlene basically convinced Aileen that she would be found innocent of the murders and that she would go home to her new mother who lived on a farm and they would raise she-wolves together. which I'm not even gonna lie, that sounds like boss as fuck.
Yeah.
But no,
If
honey.
it was goats, I'm in.
But back to Dr. Legal. He never once tried to negotiate a plea deal for Aileen. He basically just told her to plead guilty and hope for the fucking best.
Really?
Yeah. Footage in the documentary, The Selling of a Serial Killer, straight up shows Dr. Legal smoking weed on his way to prison before giving Aileen legal advice. And he calls it the 7-joint ride. He smokes 7 joints.
Stop it.
And listen, Lord knows I'm not going to judge anybody on partaking in the devil's lettuce.
Nope.
But you cannot smoke a fat ass blunt and then proceed to give your client legal advice. It's just wildly unethical. Okay.
That's-
You can't do that.
Wow. I mean, 6 is where I draw the line.
Before we get into the aftermath of the trials, I want to play a clip of Aileen reacting to 2 additional life sentences that she received. And keep in mind, this happened in court, okay?
I've been waiting for this. I hope you know that.
It's awesome. It's just so, like, I'll just play it.
I sentence you to death for the murder of Charles Humphreys. Case number 91-112, Citrus County case number. I sentence you to death for the murder of David Spears.
Thank you. And probably see, I'll be up in heaven while y'all are rotting in hell.
Oh, shit.
We will handle
I
that.
hope you get
If not,
raped in the
we'll appoint
ass
the
one of
public
these
defender of the
days.
Fifth Circuit to handle that.
Okay, there will be an automatic appeal. You have the right to an appeal. Mr. Glazer, is that going to be handled by you
Now,
or the
your
public
wife and
defender?
kids get raped.
I would ask that you would
Right
appoint
in
the
the
public defender's
ass.
office.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to handle the appeal. There's one other thing that I want to say that I think needs to be said.
I know I was raped. You weren't nothing but a bunch of scum.
Therefore, these proceedings are now
Putting
completed.
somebody who was raped to death.
That was Aileen Wuornos in the courtroom.
Oh,
and she flips
shit.
off the judge.
I mean, she don't give a fuck.
She don't. And if I had 6 life sentences, I wouldn't give a fuck
I mean,
either.
at that point.
But that just paints a picture of how Aileen Wuornos, that's her hair trigger temper that she is
Yeah.
known for. She straight up popped off in court.
Wow.
That's fucking
Like, how
wild.
someone's like, kids? I can't.
Yeah. That's a
lot.
taste of who she really is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very different from what's portrayed in the monster movie with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
They didn't show that scene in the movie. All right.
Nah.
We're just going to casually leave that out, right?
Yes.
It doesn't fit the narrative. Yeah.
We want this to sell, people.
Yeah. I feel like that would have sold even more.
I mean, probably.
Like, let Charlize Theron pop off
Man, could you imagine?
in court. You fucking motherfucker.
Fuck your wife and your kids.
Oh,
don't know why
God. But yeah, despite Aileen obtaining a new lawyer who did everything he could to try to get her a new trial, considering her prior shitty legal advisor, Aileen waived her appeals and volunteered to be executed.
Wow.
Yeah, she said she was done. She wanted to die. She also made a comment about how, like, she referred to herself in the third person and was like, Aileen Wuornos is going to kill again.
So she knew.
She knew, yeah. Before this, however, she needed to be deemed mentally competent. Now, during the trial of Richard Mallory, Aileen was evaluated by a psychologist, and she was diagnosed with the following: borderline personality disorder,
Shocker.
yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder, antisocial personality disorder, which is characterized by complete lack of remorse, which we see, delusional system, and was also found to have traits consistent with psychopathy.
What's that?
So psychopathy, it's a personality disorder that is characterized by a set of dysfunctional interpersonal emotional lifestyle and antisocial tendencies, which includes lack of empathy,
Got it.
lack of remorse, lack of guilt, and a tendency towards manipulation and deceit. Which, yeah, makes sense. Yep. And now I'm going to play you a little clip of Aileen's very last interview before she was put to death.
Thought you were going to say before she was put down.
Well, I mean, same thing.
I know.
Fuck. And you're really going to see her pop off now.
Oh, man.
Okay. Listen to this, and you can determine for yourselves if Aileen Wuornos seems quote unquote mentally competent. Okay.
She does, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you prepared yourself for tomorrow morning?
I'm all right with it. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hey, I was tortured at BCI. They had the intercom on in the room, and they kept lying that it wasn't on, and they were using sonic pressure on my head since 1997.
Sonic
And every
pressure.
time I was trying to write something, I think they had some kind of eye in the cell, I'm not sure, but every time I started writing something, it went up higher. So I'm thinking that probably had the TV rigged. The TV or the mirror, something was rigged. They got a huge satellite on the compound. After they put the huge satellite on the compound, it could have been either rigged to the TV set or the mirror or something, because the electrician, when he put the mirror on the wall, he said, doesn't that look like a computer? The back of it, and he stuck it to the wall.
Okay, and here's another clip. This one just speaks for itself.
Were following you.
Yeah.
Let's say they were following you and they did everything that you're saying they did. Nonetheless, you killed 7 men.
Yes, you
and
did.
I'm asking you, what got you to kill the 7
And
men?
I'm telling you, because the cops let me keep killing them, Nick. Don't you
But
get it?
Not everybody is killing 7 people. So there must have been something in you that was getting you to do
you
that.
are lost, Nick.
So
I was a hitchhiking hooker.
Right.
Running into trouble, I shoot the guy if I ran into trouble. Physical trouble. The cops knew it. When the physical trouble came along, let her clean the streets, and then we'll pull her in.
But
That's
how come
why.
there was so much physical trouble in because it was all in 1 year? 7 people in 1 year.
Oh well.
She's basically female Batman. Vigilante.
Says, oh well.
Oh, well.
I can't. I'm going to link all of these clips in the show notes, but you guys need to watch this just to see her face.
I want to watch more.
It's real crazy. That interview was a day before she was executed and like a day before she was deemed mentally competent. Which makes me question what constitutes being mentally incompetent if that's what we're calling mentally competent. The bar, there's not even a bar on the ground. The bar doesn't fucking exist.
They just wanted it out of the way.
They just wanted her dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
What if she was telling the truth about like there being some kind of sonic or something in her cell? I mean, I'm sure she wasn't, but like,
who knows?
What if?
Who knows? And she also says that it's a big conspiracy theory and that the police knew that she was killing these men, that she was under surveillance, and they allowed her to keep killing to quote unquote clean the streets of these Johns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't really believe that, but
listen,
this is what she says. Yeah.
What if? No, she does not seem mentally capable of
not
anything,
in the slightest. And I mean, there were experts that were even saying like they don't even believe that she is mentally competent to understand the finality of death. Like she was requesting to be put to death.
Yeah.
But that she didn't understand that you're actually going to be dead.
Yeah,
like you're going to be gone. You're not. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that she didn't even comprehend that because it's like children. Children can't. They can't comprehend the finality of death.
Right.
Adults can that are, of sound mind, but she's been proven before to essentially have the mind of a child.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Aileen Carol Wuornos was executed via lethal injection on October 9, 2002. Her last meal was a bucket of KFC and French fries. But some sources say that she refused the food and instead just had a cup of black coffee. I like to think that she had the KFC, but I don't know. Her final words were, quote, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th. Like the movie, big mothership and all. I'll be back. I'll be back. Totally mentally competent, though, right?
100%. Does she mean Dwayne Johnson when she says The Rock?
No idea. No idea.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Eileen's ex-girlfriend, Tyria Moore, is currently living in Berwick, PA.
Oh.
Very close with her wife, and by all accounts lives a pretty private life. Now, I was able to find her on social media, okay?
Sweet.
And I reached out to her to see if she would be open to come on the show for an interview to shed some light on her side of the story. But sadly, she did read my message, but never responded to it.
No.
Yeah, I was actually vacationing in Jim Thorpe, which is pretty close to Berwick, Pennsylvania. And I was like, I wonder if
Can't hurt.
maybe she would talk to me. But no, she did. She read it, but she didn't respond.
Yeah.
So Ty, if you ever listen to this, hit us up. We will give you the platform to give your side of the story. I'd love to talk to her.
That would be really
love
cool.
to talk to her. Change my mind about you because it doesn't look good. But I'm willing to hear her side of the story.
Well, here's the thing. That's the one person that probably gave Aileen a little bit of love and a little bit of what she needed in life.
And she probably has the most insight into the psyche of Aileen Wuornos.
Well, yeah.
Because she was closest with her. So.
Right. But I'd like to think that somewhere in her heart is like, she still has that love for her. There's still that love.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know.
And so that's the story of Aileen Wuornos.
That was a good
Crazy
one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I figured I'd kick off the summer right,
Yeah, with a little serial killer.
Yeah, with a Florida hitchhiking summer serial killer.
Yay.
So
7 guys in 1 year.
It's a lot. In 12 months, yep.
That's crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, and she got to the point where she was killing people like within like a 1 to 2 week span of each other. So
Yeah. Frenzy.
Yeah. Yep. I still want to do that road trip though. I want to do an Aileen Wuornos road trip, and I want to go to the murder spots. I want to go to the Last Resort Biker Bar, like all of that, all of the things.
That'd be cool.
It would, wouldn't it?
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, let us know if you guys would want to pay for like a premium subscription, and we can give you guys premium content. I mean, we're doing that thing for Screamify.
Yeah.
But I think
that's more paranormal.
Yeah, that's more paranormal. But I think at one point we should maybe do like a Patreon or something and do some exclusive content. And then like when people subscribe, we can, send them a t-shirt or whatnot. And I don't know. Let us know if you guys would like pay to play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if not, that's cool too. Just be honest with us. I mean, we're already giving them premium content. I don't know how much.
Can you imagine if somebody emailed and was like, actually, you guys really fucking suck. I would never pay to listen to you, but also I listened to that episode. So,
yes, I could see that. And I will graciously accept any kind of feedback, whether it be good or bad. And they would not get a response email from me, but the email they received from Christina would not be very polite. I can tell you that.
Probably not. Just because we've put our blood, sweat, and tears into this podcast.
That's true.
Literal and blood, sweat, and tears.
And Sharpie markers. So many
everything.
Sharpies.
I mean, someone bled at our house one time when we were recording.
It's true.
I've cried. Alicia sweated.
Every day.
But yeah, blood, sweat, and tears. It's all happened here at my house.
Yeah. I do sweat like a Yeti.
She does.
I'm wearing Native deodorant today, though.
Native does not work on me.
So, listen, I don't know if it works on me or not, but they did a collaboration with Dunkin' Donuts, and I have the blueberry donut on.
I got the Boston Cream Donut shampoo and conditioner, and it's lovely. And for all my like curly and wavy hair girls, it's so good for that. Like, because my hair is, I can, if I blow dry it, it's straight. But if I let it dry naturally, it has that like beach look.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it works really well for my beach wave girlies.
I'm going to be honest. I did not see the shampoo or condish.
I found it at the Wally World.
I'm going to have to go.
Yeah.
Did they have the blueberry one? Because that's my shit. I got the body wash and I got the lotion and the deodorant.
I don't know if they had the blueberry one, but you can always
check.
look.
I'm going to look online.
Yeah.
Yeah, we digress.
Yeah. But thanks for listening.
Yeah.
We will see you next week. I don't know what's coming at you yet, but it'll be a good one. It always is.
I know what's coming at you.
Oh.
Get your scorecards out. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, shit.
If you guess it, we'll send you a sticker. Or not. I don't know. We're poor. We might have to pay for shipping. No, we'll send you a sticker as long as you're in the U.S. Or not.
We will see you next Tuesday.
Don't be one.
Bye.
Bye.